To recap, PLR means that you get the full rights to edit and distribute a product. There is no need to credit the original author, all profits are entirely your own and you make changes wherever you see fit. Of course, you will first need to buy the product from a seller before you can start doing this. The seller will be someone who is good at content creation but perhaps doesn't want to do their own marketing. Either that, or they'll already be selling the products themselves and they'll simply see this as another way to start making extra cash from something they've already created by also selling to marketers and charging a little more to give them profit from PLR. The full rights. The creator can continue to sell their own book, so they are not losing anything by making additional sales in this way, especially if they sell mainly through their own list and so are unlikely to be going into direct competition with others. From your perspective, this means that you can buy a ready-made product and go about selling it as you please. Except it's generally even better than that. Normally, you'll find that the creator also packages in a lot of other extras to help you sell. That means they might provide you with a ready-made sales page, ready-made email marketing messages, ready-made freebies that you can give away with your product and more. The products themselves can also vary, but they will generally be digital products. That means the product is something intangible that provides value by offering information. The most classic and obvious example is selling ebooks, which are simply large, book-length documents saved in PDF format in most cases. Other options, however, can include courses, video courses, audiobooks, software, reports, etc. Likewise, a PLR product can of course focus on nearly any niche, whether that be fitness, making money online, dating, or something else entirely. In any case, the best strategy is to look profit from PLR. For a niche that you are interested in, or better yet, one in which you already have established yourself as an authority. Why you should be excited about PLR. So why is this so exciting? Why should you be eager to start getting involved with PLR products? The first and most obvious advantage of PLR is that you won't have to make the products yourself. If you want to sell a 20,000-word ebook for instance, then all you need to do is to find the book you like and then place a Buy Now button on your website. This means you don't need to be a fantastic writer, it means you don't need to spend days or months writing a book, and it means that you don't need to handle things like editing the front cover or formatting the layout. What's more, is that the end product you'll get to sell is likely to be more professional than whatever you could create yourself. That is not to undermine your skills as a creator, but simply to state that a PLR product is a product that has been designed and created from the ground up by a team of experts or an individual expert, by people who do this for a living and who know the market well. Profit from PLR. These are people who have access to all the most useful tools for creating products and who know how to put something together that will get a response from audiences. This, of course, increases the likelihood that your product will sell, and it improves your chances of getting a positive response from those who buy it. Better yet is the fact that even your sales materials are ready-made for you. And once again, these are ready-made by people who truly understand the business and know how to write highly effective sales content that will help you to sell quickly and effectively. Another benefit from not having to create the product yourself is that you'll be able to scale much more easily and you'll be taking far less risk. If you create a product on your own or even commission the creation of a product, then you will need to spend either countless hours of your own time or a lot of money in getting the product created. If your product then turns out to be a failure and no one buys it, you will have lost all of that time and all of that money. How long before you try again? Even if the product is a success, you'll then need to go back to the drawing board in order to rebuild your new product and get it to the point where it is ready to sell. This will make it hard for you to profit from PLR. To really capitalize on your initial successes, and it will mean you could end up taking a long time to follow up and build on that initial success. Compare this with selling PLR products. Here, you can launch a product and quickly start making big sales and then follow that up almost immediately with a new product. You can then pour the profits from that into 2 new products or 3, quickly and effectively scaling up your business for massive profit. Likewise, if you buy a PLR product and start selling it and it doesn't go right, then you haven't lost much. A PLR product won't set you back by that much in most cases, and because you didn't have to invest huge amounts of time, you can simply pick up the pieces and then try again. Even more powerful is the fact that you can choose products that you already know are selling well. That in turn means that you can 100% guarantee that the products at least have the potential to sell well. They're already selling, and the only thing that is changing is the website they are selling from. You are literally lifting someone's tried and tested business and then dropping it onto your site. There has never been a more straightforward way to make money, or one that offers better odds for you as the seller. Profit from PLR. Types of rights. Before you jump in, one of the first things you need to consider is the type of rights that you are going to be buying. This is important, as getting it wrong could mean that you can't actually sell the product, or you can't edit it. The latter point may or may not be an issue depending on your intended business strategy. There are a few different terms you need to familiarize yourself with in that case. These are resale rights, resell rights, RR, master resale rights, MRR, private label rights, PLR, personal use rights, public domain and more. Let's take a look at each. Profit from PLR. First of all, resale rights, RR, mean that you have the right to resell the product. This is pretty straightforward and does precisely what it says on the tin. However, this does not necessarily mean that you'll be able to make edits to the product. You may be able to, but in that case, you have additional rights on top of the resale rights and you need to check that this is explicitly stated. In most cases, you'll also gain access to some of the sales materials that the creator has been using to sell their products. In this way, you are being actively encouraged to sell. Master resale rights, MRR, meanwhile means that you not only have the right to resell the product, but you also have the right to resell the rights. In other words, you can resell the product to other marketers so that they can resell it as well. This creates another avenue for you to sell through and is especially useful if you happen to be in the internet marketing niche, in which case, most of your potential customers will probably be interested in selling as well. Once again, however, you will still not necessarily have the right to edit the original documents, files. Private label right PLR is where the product becomes truly yours and without limit. Now you can not only sell the product and the rights, but you also have the option to edit the product. That means you can put your name on it, you can put your company's brand on it, or you can even change the very topic of the product or the conclusion. Profit from PLR. This is where things get even more exciting for marketers, as you now get to sell something as though it were your own product, and that in turn means that your business gets the credit. What's more, it means you can change the product to better fit the niche you're in, to be more appealing to your specific audience, or to align with your personal views and ideas. Another type of product to look into is public domain content. This is content that gives you all the same rights as PLR content, but with one key difference: you don't have to buy it. In order to resell or edit a book or video course that someone else has written, you first need to buy the license. That is what you are paying for more than the product itself. But with public domain content, the license belongs to everyone. People are within their rights to sell it to you, but you are also within your rights to get it free of charge, as long as you can find it on your own. Public domain content is simply content that no one owns, and thus everyone owns. It includes content that was published between 1923 and 1963 and which hasn't been renewed or passed on. It also includes content that belonged to authors who have since passed away, though it normally takes 10 years for the content to pass into the public domain. What this means is that if you were able to get your hands on a very old manual explaining a subject, then there's no reason you profit from PLR. Can't edit it slightly and resell it. Just make sure that the content is not too badly out of date. Finally, if content is under the Creative Commons license, then that means that the individual who created it is happy for you to use it. This might mean you can use it for your own creations, but it may not include commercial ventures. Conversely, it might include commercial ventures but require you to give credit to the creator, or potentially to pay them dividends. It might be free for you to use as you wish but not allow you to edit the original. If something is available only for your own personal use, then that is described as, surprisingly enough, personal use. Likewise, you should also consider the term fair use. Fair use means that you are using snippets of the original product in order to make a point, or perhaps to review the product. This is more an issue for YouTubers who want to include shots of films they are reviewing. However, this is not something that you will generally need to worry yourself with. In short, you should be looking for private label rights in all cases when considering the products you want to sell.